Welcome to DMV Sports. I got a special interview with three-star Oakdale quarterback Evan Austin. Welcome to the show, Evan.
Thank you.
So, Evan, just a little bit. Tell me, the first time you touched the football, your first memories of youth football.
Yeah. So, I never played flag football. I started right when tackle started, which was fourth or fifth grade for me. So I went right to tackle. I was playing QB, I was playing wide receiver, I was playing defense, I was playing all over the field. So I was having fun in youth. My first actual memory of youth is probably winning a pony Super Bowl. So in sixth grade, I actually won a pony Super Bowl playing QB. So that was one of my first actual youth memories. And then the following year, we went to the semi, whatever youth is. Ended up losing that. And then eighth grade, that's when I actually broke my arm. So I only played about half that season, then had a compound fracture in my arm. So my arm was done for about a whole year. So, yeah. And then I went into that ninth grade season. I was still kind of hurt, but I was getting back into it. And then I just went to that high school ball.
Right. So how did your ninth grade season go? You say you were still a little hurt. Did you play next ninth grade?
So my ninth grade season, I had a shin injury too, and I actually didn't play a single snap my ninth grade season.
Okay. So you came in 10th grade.
Yes.
Which that was the year you guys had that memorable playoff game. I think it was, right? Against Linganore.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us a little bit about that. Take us into that game, how it felt when you were in that game, the emotions that were going through you. That was a 55-54 shootout against your rival.
Actually, that was the 55-54. That was our that was regular season against Linganore, and then the state game we actually ended up. Not the state game, the playoff game we ended up losing by 2 touchdowns, I think.
Yeah, that was at Linganore too, right? That was in the quarterback.
That was when I had to step in and play QB the second half after Joe Pittman went down.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So let's go to your 11th grade year. Let's talk a little bit about that. You guys make a deep run into the playoffs.
Yeah.
You end up beating Frederick.
Yep.
To get to playoffs. I think it was South Charles.
Yeah, St. Charles was after Frederick.
So take us a little bit.
Went Frederick, Westminster, St. Charles.
Right. Take us a little bit into that playoff run. What was the mode of the team at that time?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. Obviously, we had a bunch of energy going. That Frederick game really had us hyped. Going to a game as that underdog, and we were down maybe 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and coming back and winning that at their field is just gave us a bunch of momentum going forward. That was a very fun game. Then we ended up going to Westminster, beating them by a few touchdowns. And that momentum just kept on building. We were just locking in every more and more practice, getting better every week. Then we went into St. Charles. That was another battle. Ended up winning that one too. I actually got that pick at the end of the game, which was pretty big.
Yeah, that wasn't a pick. That was more like you took that. You took that hit. I always
whatever
wondered,
that
was. That was the hook and ladder coming at you.
Yeah.
How did you know? What instinct did you use at that time?
That's a good question. They threw me in at corner. I never played corner that whole season. It was just that last drive where we're like, all right, just go in there. So I played corner. I saw you had a hitch. I saw the running back coming out of the backfield. And the receiver had his back still turned at me. So I was like, what is this guy doing? And I just saw him pitch it. Just took it out of midair. It was crazy. But the instincts kicked in. So
yeah, that was a crazy play.
Yeah.
That was a play to send you to the state championship.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. Playing Damascus, they've won so many state championships.
Yeah.
Playing in the state championship for your first time. What did that mean to you? How did that feel?
It felt amazing. Obviously, it was a huge game. I wasn't going into it thinking having all this pressure on me. I was just going to go in and play like any other game. But obviously, playing at that Navy field was something different that I've never experienced before. So that was fun. I had a blast for sure playing that. But playing Damascus, we knew it was going to be a hard game either way. we didn't have our center and our nose guard, Josh Crummett, so that obviously played a big role as well. But we still would just went into that game with as much confidence as any other game, and we thought we'd win it. But we're gonna go back this year, so it was a fun game.
You guys definitely got a chance to go back this year.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about your training.
Yeah.
What do you do as far as your training? You got wheels. Everyone knows you got wheels. You're very athletic. You're very shifty. What kind of training do you do to kind of, make sure you can put them attributes out there?
Yeah, I'm lifting a ton in the summer. I actually go down to Gaithersburg to PR Strength almost 3-4 times a week just to get a lift in. We do speed training. We do everything down there. So I'm lifting all the time. I'm running, just gaining weight, just doing everything possible to get better. So and then in the summer, obviously all that Oakdale work too, every single day, making me better. So
yeah, that's good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about going into the season.
Yeah,
you guys had some big losses. Some people would say you have holes in your team, especially off of that offensive and defensive line, losing Chase and losing Josh. How are you guys going to counter that?
We've got some guys stepping up for sure, so we're definitely going to counter it. People think we don't have this line, O or D line. I mean, our D line's amazing. Our O line's kind of young, but we do have some returners. But we're working every day in practice, and I know they're going to be able to handle it, so it's going to be good.
That's good. Tell me what you think about Damascus moving down to 2A, making you guys the favorite, putting all the pressure on you guys. How are you going to handle that pressure with your team? I know you have Dom and Hunter and coming back, and they're seasoned veterans.
Yeah.
But how are you guys going to lead this team at this time?
Yeah. Coach Stein reminds us every day about the pressure. He knows that everyone's we're the main target around the area, obviously, since we just went to state last year. It's kind of always been like that for Oakdale, though. So we've always kind of had this sort of target on our back, and everyone wanted to beat us kind of thing. So we're just taking it one game at a time. Obviously, we got this huge game coming up week 1. So all we're worried about right now is Milford and beating them, and then we're just going to go from there. We got a pretty tough schedule the first half of the year. So
you do. Very tough schedule the first half of the year.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Milford, though. They're coming off a state championship.
Yeah.
They have a lot of pride. They got a really good quarterback, too.
Yeah.
They have a really good inside linebacker, Kobe Jones. They're pretty solid. They got a good running back core.
Yeah.
So tell me what kind of challenges they present to you guys. And one other question to that, too, is will we see you more on defense this year?
No, not for at least first half of the season, probably.
Okay.
Keeping me on O for now.
I got you.
But Milford wise, obviously we know they can throw the ball. They throw the ball 70% of the time, it seems like, this year. They got Purdy in there at QB, who's also committed to Charlotte like me. So that's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fun game. But, what we're mostly worried about right now is the pass. We know he has a huge arm, and we know he's going to let it fly, but I think we're going to be able to defend it, and I think it's going to go well. So.
A question off of that. I didn't realize Purdy was committed to UNC Charlotte.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a relationship?
Yeah, we do. We're friends, so it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So you definitely want to go over there and beat him.
Yeah.
So that leads into the next question. Just give us a little bit about your recruitment and about why you felt like UNC Charlotte was home. I know Biff's down there now. He got that job. He's from the DMV. He understands the DMV, the history of the DMV.
Definitely.
So tell me, why you felt like that was home and what went into that decision.
Yeah. Oh, just going down there and just all the coaches in general just made it feel like home for me. I built a really strong relationship with all of them, and Coach Miller, actually, who's the offensive coordinator at Charlotte now, was at Maryland, and I was very close with him. So he was the tight end coach in Maryland and actually went to Charlotte and is now the coordinator, obviously. So we built a really strong relationship. And just running the offense through him, I think he's going to be able to give me the ball, and I think it's going to go well in that aspect. And just going down there just felt like home. I love the area. I love the facilities. and just the chemistry and the team they're building down there just feels like it was right for me, for sure.
Yeah, USC Shaw, I think they're going to be a sleeper. I think they're going to be coming.
Yeah, I do too. So it's going to be
great. They're recruiting a lot in the DMV. I love it.
Mhm.
So
sure.
you've been a star since you were young. I remember in youth football, I always said if you stop Evan, you can stop Oakdale. If you can't stop Evan, you're not stopping Oakdale. But having that pressure on you as young, how's your support system keeping you even till? And, through the ups and downs, you said the injuries, being out a whole year. I know how hard that is, being out a whole year.
Yeah.
How's your support system playing a part in you being able to sustain this greatness?
It's definitely played a huge part. My family's with me at every game, just with me everywhere in general. My sisters as well. They've just kept me up through everything. Obviously, I had a few injuries that were pretty big, but I've just always kept my head up and just known that I'm going to get my time and it's going to work out for me. So it obviously has. I've got those offers. So, and committing obviously was just the greatest feeling. So I know it's all paid off in the end. But yeah, I've definitely had a great support system with my team, my family, my friends, and everyone. So
it's definitely paid off for you. As you mentioned, your sisters who are athletes too.
Yeah.
Do you guys compete in the backyard still?
Yeah, not as much anymore. They're at college now, but we definitely used to compete a ton. So it was always great.
Who used to win them battles?
Me, for sure. But they won't say that. They won't say that.
I'm sure they'll say something different.
Yeah.
Well, Evan, it's been great, man. It's always great talking to you.
Yes,
I'll definitely be at some of your games this year. Man, you guys should definitely win that state championship this year, and I'm definitely pulling for you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Thanks a lot.
Yep. See ya.